It's officially Juliana's first day of school today. Sent her off with Isabel. Isabel started a couple days ago, like last week. The kindergarten had like a staggered start. So I now officially have 2 at school and 1 here. It was just so many feels sending Juliana today because it's like she was so excited and I'm so excited for her and happy, and it's exciting. But then there's also the part that like I hugged her and her little small face, but is starting to show signs of maturing. And, you know, I just wonder, like, did I play with her enough? Did I, you know, tell her I loved her enough? Is she gonna remember all the good times we had, or is she just gonna remember like when I was stressed, or like when I yelled because I tripped on a Lego that was left on the floor? You know what I mean? Like just all those little feels. But overall, like, she was ready. I'm ready. It's all good. But like, just that mixed emotion. Anyway, with them off to school, it's also Rosemary's first day of preschool here at home, and she is so excited. We just finished up lunch, just put Gerard down, so I'm gonna pull her in to do it, but I thought I would just show you what I have set up for her today. The theme right now is all about you, kind of back to school type thing, and yeah, this is what we're doing. So starting here, since it's like our first day of preschool, we are gonna do this little interview and fill this out. This will go in her save box eventually. And then we are going to practice her name. We want to learn her name and practice, you know, being able to recognize her name. Later on in the week, after we've kind of looked at this, I will, at the end of the week, kind of rearrange these and try to see if she can put them back together correctly, you know, just kind of making her own name. And then this week, our letter of the week is R. So we are going to learn, we're gonna start with just the sandpaper letter R. And then if she wants, we can try to trace the letters that we see. I don't expect her to be great at this, but she will love it. And then our number of the week is just 1. So I have just 1 little manipulative here. I chose bears because she's pretty into bears. But then I also have this where you can kind of count 1, turn the page, and then you can draw a 1 and see what it looks like. I do like these books in general, the Montessori number letter work, but this one in particular, the number 1, is not my favorite because, as you can see, you count and then turn the page to draw, but then the other side shows 2. So I think it's kind of confusing, and when we work on it, I kind of like try to hide this page. So I actually would not recommend this book. We have it as part of like the whole series here with the shape work and then like the letter work. If I didn't have it as a set, like I just wouldn't recommend those. Anyway, we're also gonna be working on size orientation. So I'm gonna have her put these from smallest to biggest. And then we're gonna do a little work. I have this room here and she's gonna use her little manipulative. I'm gonna say, put the bear on top of the table. You know, she could put it here. We'll just work on our prepositions. Hide the bear behind the plant, you know, something like that. Put it next to the couch. Work on our prepositions there. So that is like today's lesson. Day 2 of Rosemary's school, and here is what we're doing. Again, we're going to go over her name and focus on this name recognition, pointing out that we are working on the letter R. Again, we have our sandpaper tracing we will do, as well as a dot marker sheet. And then we will match these to their respective picture, talking about the sound that each one first makes, which is the letter R. For our number work today, we're going to look at the actual number on these cards and count each of these pictures, as well as say what they are, working on our vocabulary. And then I have these like little kind of back to school counters, and I am going to do a couple different things with these. I'm gonna set these cups up and have her put 1 in each, so count 1 and put 1 in each. And then after she does that kind of like simple activity, I'm going to put maybe 3 cups out at a time. I'll put like a handful here, 1 here, and a couple here, and I'll tell her to tell me which cup has 1. So we'll kind of do that as well. And then moving along to here for our kind of where we are on the map and a geography lesson today, she's gonna get to color this, and we'll glue this here and write her name, of course. And then each of these has like it's me and my street, my city, my town, my state, my country, my continent, and then like the world, I guess. So you can kind of see just how big it gets here. So we're gonna do that. And then I have a North America little card and some facts here. And I'm gonna show her a couple of the landmarks that exist in our country. So that is gonna be our kind of geography for the day. Her favorite thing, and since it's kind of like all about you, is sand and kinetic sand in a bin. So this will probably be like the craft for today, is just letting her play in here. Another day. Again, we are working on her name, specifically R. And we're gonna do a magnet sensory bin here, and I'm gonna have her kind of pull out the letters and match them to her name. And there's some extra R's in there since that is our letter of the week. We are also going to practice what sound R makes, and we're gonna practice that with each of these little objects, and racket, rhino, etc. So we're gonna look at those. We are going to practice the number 1 by looking at it, and I'm gonna have her put 1 sticker on here. And I also have this little math bead here that has the 1 unit, so she can see how many 1 is. And I'm gonna flip it over and also kind of talk to her about how sometimes you see the number 1 written different ways, sometimes like that, sometimes like that. So she'll put a sticker on each side. And then here I have like a little back to school bus for her to practice her tracing. This is really good pre-writing skills. This actually is probably gonna be a little bit hard for her, but she can go kind of as slow as she wants. And then I have some direction following. This is a bunch of different, like, this dog's head is tilted to the side. So then you can say it's not one of the others. We're not gonna do all of these. We're gonna do probably 1 to 2, and I'm gonna help her kind of work through the direction following with that. And then finally, we're gonna do a little science about you type thing. This thing is from Lovevery. It's really cute. It's a working microscope, but in here, I have some Play-Doh, and I'm gonna have her put her fingerprint on there, and then we'll put it in the microscope and let her kind of look at her fingerprint and talk about how everybody has a unique one and that sort of thing. So that's today. It's our last day of All About You. So today, again, we're gonna look at her name, but the bus is silly, so I'm gonna help her kind of rearrange it so that it spells her name. And then we are again going to look at the letter R, and she is going to tear up pieces and then glue them onto the R. For our number work today, I have written a couple of numbers here. I'm gonna have her erase the number 1s that she finds. And then to solidify the number 1, I am going to trace her hand, and then I'm gonna write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the fingers, and she can show me where number 1 is. We're also going to talk a little bit about our family tree. Hard concept for kids, so I kind of drew some pictures that differentiate the different people. And we also are gonna talk about how even though, some of these people aren't living anymore, they're still on our tree. And then lastly, we are going to build ourselves out of Play-Doh, probably just our faces, but I have a couple of different Play-Doh things here for her to make a little portrait of her face. All right, so those are the activities that we have done this week. If you want more information on how to preschool or what our lesson plans look like, what our themes are, that sort of thing, you can go to my website or just kind of go to the playlist of homeschool on this YouTube channel. Either one. I have some freebies on my website, and I have lots of like how-tos and lesson planning stuff on my YouTube. So check both of those out. I will link them in the description, and hopefully you found this helpful. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.